AJ, how you doing? Okay, I had those thoughts, but hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sheree. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video today. And in today's video, I'm finally getting a chance to sit down and film a review for Married at First Sight. We are back again. It seems like the seasons are getting closer and closer together since it moved to Lifetime. Believe it or not, we are on season 8 and we are in Philadelphia this time. And it's so weird because I've heard they're coming to Charlotte next season, or they're currently casting for Charlotte right now, which makes it really, really weird because they're in North Carolina. But yeah, I'm just like, will I know anybody that's going to be on there? If I know somebody, whoo, but Charlotte is so big and huge now. Yeah, I probably won't know them. But yeah, so currently we are in season 8 in Philadelphia, so let's just go ahead and get started. So this season is unique because we have 4 couples, and there's been a lot of speculation about is the reason they have 4 couples is because one dropped out. So yeah, that's been a speculation on Twitter. But we're just gonna go through. We were only able to see 2 weddings, 2 couples actually meeting on this episode. It was like, was it 2 hours? Yeah, I feel like it was 2 hours, but we only saw, like, they could have cut a lot of that out. We only saw 2 couples, but we saw a lot of background information. We saw the guys get together. We saw the ladies get together. We saw the bachelorette parties and bachelor parties, which was quite interesting. But I'm going to go through, I wrote my notes down. I'm just going to go through each couple and then, yeah, because I don't have a lot for each couple. But starting off, we have, and also, yes, we have 2 black couples. And not just black couples, because normally you get like a black guy and the woman is kind of like, is she, I don't want to say that, but like these are like dark-skinned chocolate girl. Like, representation matters. We haven't really seen that since like season 1 where we had like Monet. I think, yeah, that was the last time we had like was that the last time we had like a real chocolate girl? But yeah, so this time we have 2 real black girls on there. So that was kind of exciting, and they're paired with real black men. So yeah, I'm excited for this season to see how that plays out. I feel like, I don't know, I'm hoping it goes well, but with Married at First Sight history, yeah, we don't know. But so yeah, I'm gonna start out with Christine and Keith. So Christine is 28, Keith is 30. Keith is very handsome. From when I first saw him on the TV, I was just like, he's handsome. He's, you know, I would give him a second look. Christine is more wild, outgoing. She says she's always, you know, very picky, if that's the term she want to use with guys, if they weren't a certain height. Like, she's the same height as me, 5'2". So it's like, for me, my guy don't even have to be 6 feet because I'm only 5'2". If you're at least 5'8", 5'9", then you have a shot with me. But I'm in the same boat with her. Like, if you're shorter than me, yeah, I really can't. I'm not really attracted to that. Not to say that you're not a good person or you're not a good guy, but I'm just not attracted to that. So yeah, so Christine is more outgoing. Keith lives with his grandma, which is interesting. He's more laid back, more reserved, and he needs someone to pull that out of him. And I think that's what the experts saw, that Christine would be able to do, and kind of what they're hoping to happen. I think what they're hoping to happen might not necessarily happen, but that was that's what I'm thinking was their thought process of putting them 2 together. So yeah, so Christy's more outgoing, Keith is more laid back. He's more of a grandma's boy. That's because I was like, you live with your grandma, but yeah, so that was interesting. He said that he wants someone to bring that out of him. He also mentioned something else within this episode. He said that, for one, a deal breaker for him is if she can't cook. Okay, to each his own. He said no fake nails, and he wants real hair. So yeah, that's key. So yeah, we'll see. I'm going to give Keith some more time. But yeah, that's Christine and Keith. And again, they're 28 and 30. Keith's 30s. Yeah. And then we move on to Kate and Luke. I don't really have we saw the beginning of them getting married. I don't really have a lot of notes for them, except for Kate is 28, Luke is 31. And we saw like kind of like a cliffhanger of the last episode when she was coming down the aisle. Luke said that he knew her. I think he was the one who was the speed dater person. Like he ran speed dating sessions. So either he knew her from that or something else. And people were speculating that maybe they didn't go through with their wedding. But I think we saw them taking wedding photos afterwards, or maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so that was the cliffhanger we left off on. And like, that's all I have for them. Nothing really like, stood out for me with them. So I'm going to move right along. Right, so moving on to the other Black couple, which was Jasmine, who is 30, and Will, who is 37. Will is definitely more of an introvert. Jasmine comes from a pretty, like the Jasmine is 30, she comes from a traditional family, very, want traditional things for her. So they're probably, from experience, I know they're probably putting a lot of pressure on her to, get married and have kids. And it just seems like she just wants to be married just to have kids. Like if she could, I won't say if she could have kids without being married, she would do it, because I still feel like she wants those traditional things, but I feel like she's just checking things off so she can get to the baby. Like she really wants to have children, and that's okay if you want to have children, but just make sure you're doing it because you want it and not because you think you're supposed to be doing it, because society puts a lot of pressure on women for various things. Like everything is kind of like dumped on us, and it's always something. It's like if you're single, then why aren't you married? If you're married, why don't you have kids? If you have one child, when are you going to have the next? It's always something else for us that's put mainly on us. Men don't really get this pressure. I assume that they get a little bit of pressure, and maybe some of that's not more so from their family, but more so from themselves. But women get a lot of stuff. We get a lot of stuff dumped on us. So I just want Jasmine to just want this for the right reasons, and I'm not sure if that's the case in this situation, but I did notice that Jasmine and I had the same hair. Like when we were first introduced to her, like, giving background information, we have the same hair. So, hey, Jasmine girl. She seems like a really cool girl, like someone that I would be friends with, just from initially meeting her. So yeah, I'm excited about their relationship. Will kind of, just from my looking at him and just from what I'm seeing in this episode, he kind of stands out to me as the guy who, he's very laid back, he's reserved, but he's always like judging you and making you, I don't know how I can say it. It's like he like will put a lot of pressure on you and wants you to fit into certain things as well. But we'll see. This is just the first episode. Maybe I'm totally making this stuff up in my mind. But it's just something about him. It's just not, yeah. And Jasmine, I'm glad that her dad showed up. Dad was doing the most. Dad was definitely doing the most, and Mom showed up. They were disappointed. They did not want their baby girl to be getting married this way, and that's understandable. But I'm just glad they showed up to support her, because yeah, you need all family support going through this type of situation, I would assume. Yeah. So yeah, that's Jasmine and Will. All right, and moving on to our last couple, which is what we consider the older couple this season, which is Stephanie and AJ. Stephanie is 35 and AJ is 37. AJ has a wild personality. Like he has a big over the top personality, whereas Stephanie, she's more reserved, more laid back. And I'm wondering, one, would that, they seem like they were getting along, like after they met and they were taking their wedding photos, but would that type of personality eventually get annoying? Like, I feel like it would get annoying to me, because I don't that do the most and just like, I guess it's just like extreme extroverts really annoy me. Like, you are doing entirely too much. Calm down. I don't like all that rah, rah, rah in my ear. So that really could get annoying to have that as your spouse. And that's what I'm concerned about for Stephanie. And he says that he mentioned something. He's like, he's joked when he's not at work. And at work, he's serious. And I would like to see that, explore that side of him being serious. I just want to make sure that everything is not a joke for him. And that he is able to communicate and have those serious conversations when necessary. So yeah, we shall see. But when I first, initially, I was like, AJ, what are you doing? Okay, I had those thoughts, but yeah, we shall see. Maybe that's just who the man is, and yeah, we shall see. So, okay, so wrapping this up, going off of I made notes of the couples just from this first episode of who I think will work and stay together at the end. And this always changes as we go throughout, but I put notes on the couples that actually met and once I saw their interactions. And so that's Jasmine and Will and Stephanie and AJ. I wrote names down so I could remember people's names. Y'all know I'm terrible at names. So for Jasmine and Will, I said no. I said that they will not stay together. Just because Will, it's just something about him. My woman's intuition is kicking and telling me no for Will. That there's something about him that's just going to be a little bit controlling. And I hate to say that about him when I don't even know him, but I put no for them. For Stephanie and AJ, I said yes. I did. I said yes. Even though I had those thoughts, I felt like they were going to say, at least for decision day, that they were going to decide to stay together. And I'm like on the edge of changing it to no, but I'm going to leave it. I wrote it in my notebook and I said yes for them and no for Jasmine and Will. So yeah. So yes, guys, that's all that we had for the first episode. I would love to hear your thoughts on this season and how you feel about them having two Black couples on this and being in Philadelphia, and just, yeah, what were your initial thoughts on all the couples? I would love to hear your feedback. So drop down in the comments, let me know what you think, and yeah, let's discuss this. So that is all. As always, you guys be blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.